And like that equanimity is so tricky, and that's why Vipassana or something where it's just like just you and your experience, nothing else, is like so raw and like essential. Is like if you like to wrap yourself in a bubble, that can mean anything from the like hiding in a basement playing a video game that's like just going around shooting things with people online like anonymous faces. You've isolated yourself in a bubble with anonymous faces that you talk to on voice chat randomly, like game by game, differently, whatever, and like that is an isolated bubble of random people you encounter. Like that's one form of it. Another isolated bubble is like I need to consistently change my circumstances in dramatic ways. We've met people like that who are just I'm gonna go do this now. I'm gonna go over here now. I'm gonna go over here now, and they're just like hopping from thing to thing, and that is their isolated bubble is the same type of randomness, just on a larger scale. Instead of like, I'm going to randomly hop into
a more physical, instead of a virtual scale.
Yeah.
Or whatever, a virtual system, it's a actual, physical 3D reality.
This is going to make me happy. This is going to make me happy. This is going to make me happy. And like the big jumps like that. You've isolated your bubble, and your bubble is this streamline to thinking that something out there is going to make you happy. And like, you can do that. That is the danger of this world today. It's like you couldn't do that before. If you were on the farm and you had to cultivate potatoes and grow potatoes and eat potatoes and harvest potatoes and all of those stuff, that was what you had to do, and you would die, and your whole family had to do it.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Quit, leave, go somewhere else, and then I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And like that, nobody keeps a job for more than a year, or like has a passion for something and sticks with it for long term, or it stays in one spot or does one thing or anything. Like it's so flip-floppy, but you can do that, and that is so dangerous because the whole world is open. Like you literally open a little phone, it's like I can go Airbnbs for the whole year for cheap, all over. Let's do that, and then you do it for a year, and then I can anything, literally anything. And it's so wide open and easy. It is so easy. It's as easy to do that as it is to sit in your basement and play a shoot 'em up video game with anonymous faces. And they're both just you're isolating yourself in such a way that you're not going to interact with things that are outside of that paradigm that you live in. And if you do, you can avoid it. So easily.
And it is like you said, sneaky, because I could just hear people saying like, well, if someone's traveling all the time or something, then they're going to encounter things that are outside of their bubble, and like that's the point of traveling, or whatever, right? But like it's sneaky because that very.
Guess how you escape exactly that? You run into it, and you escape it exactly the same way by traveling more.
Yeah.
Like it's literally like built into the framework of itself that you can go somewhere and be like, I'm gonna go somewhere else. Like it's that's like it's built into the activity itself that aversion is the easiest thing you can possibly do because you're not stuck anywhere. Like that's why people do it. That's why it's like people have so much attachment and they keep doing dramatic things. Like if you set yourself up that you think and want and need to do big things to learn how to be happy and have peace of mind, the universe will comply and throw big things at you constantly so that you can learn to be happy and have peace of mind, because that's what you're asking for and that's what you're trying to do. That's what's going to happen. And naturally traveling is just like an open doorway for you're going to run into things. This is what you've come to do. And then you can either learn to be equanimous with the stuff or and then move on, or just move on averting it and going to a different place and continuing. And like if you don't have that skill of cultivating equanimity regardless of circumstance, before you run into there, what are the odds that you're going to do it when you're there? It's like if you're a douche and just a jerk and a big dick the whole time you're alive, what are the odds that in the last moments of your life you're going to like smile and be happy and nice to people on your deathbed on like your very last day? Like what are the odds? It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's so sneaky.
So sneaky, and I think we've talked about this, so obvious.
Yeah, I was
when
just
you say
thinking obvious.
Yeah, so sneaky, it's like, well, what you described is just right in your face and unavoidable, because it's the strongest thing that's just there in your whole framework of being, that it's so obvious that it's missed.